That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Thought I would win against Anthony, but here I am with a broken jaw, learning the hard way. I'll heal.
1 second, the Casa Center in Miami was loud and electric. The next second, everything went dead silent. Anthony Joshua's right hand landed clean in round 6. And it did more than knock Jake Paul down. It erased the entire room. The energy vanished instantly, replaced by a heavy silence no one expected.
7, 8, 9.
That right hand landed perfectly, and the cameras caught the exact moment reality hit. This wasn't a slip, it wasn't bad luck, and it wasn't something Jake could laugh off later in a vlog. Just minutes earlier, Jake was pacing the ring full of confidence, soaking up attention like always. Then suddenly, medics were surrounding him. His jaw was shattered. The fight ended on someone else's terms, and the story he spent years building collapsed in front of millions. This wasn't just a loss, it was the end of an illusion. Jake Paul didn't get here by accident. His boxing career was built very carefully. Every opponent was chosen for a reason. Weight classes were managed to keep advantages. Dangerous fighters were avoided early on. Instead, he fought older names, smaller opponents, or athletes from outside boxing. The formula worked. 12 wins, 7 knockouts. On paper, it looked legit. Media played along. Influencers hyped it up. Critics were brushed off as haters who didn't get it.
Got hit with a bomb.
But here's what people missed. That system only works when everything stays controlled. Jake always fought on his terms. Size mattered. Weight mattered. Experience gaps mattered. For a long time, those details stayed hidden behind confidence and highlight clips. The real danger wasn't one opponent. The real danger was believing that height could survive anywhere, that it could stand up to a full-sized elite heavyweight with nothing to prove. Anthony Joshua ended that belief for good. This wasn't a fun crossover. Joshua showed up as exactly what he's always been, a professional heavyweight with real power and real consequences. From the opening rounds, the gap was obvious.
A game. Fighting is not something you pick up and mess around with, right? If you're a fighter, if you're a boxer, if you're a mixed martial artist, right, you have to take this seriously and you have to respect.
Jake wasn't boxing. He was surviving, grabbing, holding, trying to slow a fight he couldn't control. The speed, timing, and power difference were clear from the start. The ending was inevitable. Joshua stayed calm the entire fight. He didn't rush. He didn't chase a viral knockout. He waited. In round 5, the warning signs were clear. Jake went down hard, then down again. Each knockdown drained more confidence. By round 6, there was no drama left. Just one clean right hand with perfect timing. The arena didn't erupt. It froze. That punch was the conclusion everyone saw coming.
There's the right hand. Jake Paul goes down again.
When Jake stayed down, the numbers told a brutal story. First knockout loss of his career. Second loss overall. His record dropped to 12-2. Meanwhile, Joshua walked away with win number 29 and knockout number 26 like it was another day at work. Jake left with a broken jaw, emergency surgery, days in the hospital, and weeks on a liquid diet. You can argue decisions. You can debate judges. But you can't spin broken bones. That's a receipt that doesn't care about followers.
At the moment, not that much is going to happen. And it almost... Oh, there's a left hook.
The fight didn't really end when the referee waved it off. The real consequences came later, when adrenaline faded and reality showed up with x-rays and doctors. Broken jaw. Surgery. Hospital bed. Wired mouth. That's not something you joke about in a post-fight video. That's your body calling your ego to court. And suddenly, everything changed. The trash talk stopped. Social media went quiet. The guy who documented every move went silent. Because confidence feels different when your jaw is wired shut and you're drinking meals through a straw. Influencer bravado looks cool under bright lights. It looks very different in a hospital gown.
That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think everybody's going to get...
That contrast is why this loss hit so hard. Hours earlier, Jake was smiling for cameras. Now he was surrounded by doctors discussing recovery timelines. Fans can laugh at a decision loss. They can meme a knockdown. But surgery isn't entertainment.
second. It happened in the 6th round, and it happened in a 22-foot ring. A typical ring is 20 foot. This one was 22 foot because he wanted a bigger room to operate, a bigger space, a bigger ring.
That's accountability with a bill attached. Boxing's version of a receipt you can't dispute. And while Jake was facing reality, Dana White was being proven right. Dana warned about this fight long before it happened. He said it was dangerous. He said Jake didn't belong in there. At the time, people dismissed him. Said he was bitter. Said he hated influencer boxing. After that knockout, those warnings didn't sound salty anymore. They sounded accurate.
This guy, a systematic breakdown. I know what type of fighter he is, and I said I'm going to take his soul, and I said I'm going to see it leaving his body round after round, and when the time comes, some people are just there to get knocked out. And I said it, and that's exactly